Okay, today I'm going to show you how to create this very simple paper style effect in After Effects and with like only built-in effects, so it's pretty easy to do, to be honest, and looks super realistic. Okay, so let's begin. As you can see, I have my clip right here and I want the paper effect to happen right here. So I already cutted the sequence and now I'm just going to pre-compose this. So right click, then pre-compose. And like always, just make sure that you have this one selected and this one checked. Okay, now we are going into this pre-composition, so just double click on it. And now just to be safe, I would again just pre-compose it with this same settings. Okay, so the first effect that I'm going to put on is called posterize time. Put that on, and if you put this number to like, for example, let's do 9, and if I play it, you can see what happens. It just puts the frame rate down. So 24 would be like the normal thing. If I play it, you can see. But if we do something like 8, it would just divide the frame rate by 3, because 24 divided by 3 is 8. So let's do 8 and see what happens. Okay, this looks fine. So just to make sure, we can go like frame by frame and see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. So after like 3 or 4 frames, it will change the picture, which is good in my opinion. So just play around with this number right here until your image changes like 3 or like 4 frames. Okay, now I would duplicate the clip, and on the bottom one, just delete this for right now, because we can use this as like the background layer. So I'm just going to name it background. Okay, and now just go frame for frame, and until like the frame changes, like here, and then set a cut, and just do this with the whole clip. You can see for me it changes the frame like every 3 frames, and sometimes it's 4 frames. And for the last one, you can see like quickly, like the very last frame is another one, but we can fix this right now. So we can leave this at like, so it's 4 frames long. Just go to the first frame and right click and then click on time, and then on freeze frame. And now it should not change at the last frame. Okay, and for all the other clips, just do the same thing. So go to the first frame, then time and freeze frame. Just go like through every clip and do the same thing. Okay, so after you're done, just select every clip from here. So like every cut that we have from bottom to the top, like this, and go to the bottom one and just drag it out all the way to the right. Then right here, just go to the last frame. So it should be right here. Then set a cut and delete all the rest, like this. Okay, let me just change the color of the background. So let's make this red. Okay, now, so what I would recommend is that again, select everything, then go to scale, and just for now, like scale it down to like, let's do 95%, click enter. And now just go on Google and search up like a paper texture. So just type in paper texture 4K black, and as you can see, we have like some right here. Let me just go through them. I think this looks okay. So I'm just going to download this and then be back in After Effects. Okay, now we're back. So just like adjust the scale, and now we can play with the blending mode. And if you don't see the blending mode, I think you just need to click like somewhere right here, and then it should pop up. So let's try screen. Okay, so with a black overlay, usually you need to try screen or like something right here, and with like a white overlay, it should usually be something right here. Okay, so I really like how Lighten looks. This blending mode right here, deactivated, activated. Looks pretty nice, to be honest. Okay, so now you can see we have the paper overlay at the top, and here we have all the frames. Now just go everywhere where the cut happens. So for example here, and just cut the paper too, like this. Okay, now just put the paper like above every frame, like this. Now again, go to the first frame and select everything. And now, just like we did before, drag everything to the right. Then go to the last frame and cut it and delete. And now let's adjust the look a little bit, so we can put on some curves on the paper layer and just like make a slight S-curve maybe. And with the middle, you can see if I put this up, all the white highlights start to pop out a little bit more, like from the paper. And I think it's like a very cool look. So I'm going to put the middle up like this. And now copy the curves and paste it on every paper layer. And another thing is, go to every paper frame and copy in the curves. And now just with the mouse, adjust the paper for like every frame, like move it around a little bit, but will look more realistic at the end. So again, going to the third one, copying the curves in, and just now I'm putting it maybe down a little bit. I mean, you could also with scale, like scale it up maybe more. We'll be doing this to just create some variation in the animation at the end. Yeah, so do this with every paper frame. Now you need to go to every paper frame again and just activate this checkbox right here where you can see the T. Or you could of course also use like this track matte, but I like this option more. So again, it should be like every second layer like this. Okay, what this will do, if I now pre-compose this, you can see, I think you saw it, so let me go in the pre-composition, and if I now deactivate this T1, you can see like if it's activated, it only affects the picture and not like the whole frame. So this is the reason. So just pre-compose like every layer with the paper layer together. Okay, after you're finished, just put on some Lumetri color so we can make the picture look like an actual photograph. So you go to temperature, you can put this to the right, and as you can see, turn slightly yellow, and will just give the whole image like an vintage vibe to it. So if I deactivate it and activate it, so I'm putting this to 35 and the tint to -5, and you can maybe put the saturation up like just a little bit. And yeah, you can also play with all the like basic correction settings right here. So I'm going down with the blacks, maybe up with the white. And I would maybe go up with the shadow and put the highlights up, of course. A lot, actually. And also the contrast. So if I now deactivate Lumetri color and activate it, you can see the difference. Okay, and next effect, of course, we need to add some grain so it looks realistic. So change the viewing mode to final output, go to color, and I like it monochromatic, so the grain is black and white. And with the intensity, let's see, maybe put it up to like 2. Okay, that's too much. I think 1 was okay, to be honest. Okay, and another effect, just to give it like this ripped paper type of look, the effect is called Roughen Edges. It's also built in After Effects, just put that on. So put that to rusty color, and the edge color just make it to white. Okay, now if you can put up the border and you can see you can see what happens. It looks like the actual photograph is like damaged at the edges. So put this edge sharpness up, the border up, and the scale. Okay, let me put up the complexity, and yeah, you can just copy the settings or just play around with it. Then maybe the evolution. And now what you can also do is just copy the roughen edges. So we have it 2 times. And then change it to roughen color, like this. And as you can see, now we have like the look that we desired, basically. To be honest, you can like deactivate the rusty color one if you don't like it and just leave it like this. But I like the combination of the two. So these are my settings right here. You can copy them. And yeah, the last effect that we can put on is just a basic drop shadow. Put that on and put the softness up to like 50, like this. Now copy everything and just paste it on like all the other clips. Okay, now the last thing that we need to do is just to adjust the scale and rotation and like position of every picture. So let's start with this one. Just go open up the scale and I would maybe start pretty big like this. Now if you go to the next picture, what I would do is, first of all, you need to change the direction of the drop shadow so it looks more natural. So I'm going to put it to the left this time. Then go to the roughen edges, to the second one, and just play around with the evolution. And maybe with the scale. So you can see, so we just don't have like the exact same edge, and this will just give like some variation to this animation. And like I said, open up scale and rotation. And now we can maybe, you know, rotate it a little bit like this and move it around. And yes, just do this with every frame, like I said. So like I said, just change the direction of the drop shadow and the evolution and scale of the roughen edges. Then again, adjust the scale, position and rotation. After you're done, you can either leave the background or deactivate it. Just experiment around and then see what like suits your video. I think I'm going to leave the background on like this. And now go back, and we can also do is just keyframe the scale at the beginning. Then go to the last frame and put it up to like 102 maybe. And I activated the motion blur right here. Okay, and to make it look more realistic, you can like make a flash transition. The most basic way is just right click, go to new, then solid, and make a white solid like this. Click on OK, then just cut the solid and just leave one frame like this. And if I now play it, you can see we have like this white at the beginning. But to make it like even more realistic, we're going to add an adjustment layer. Then add exposure. And right here, just put the exposure up. Let's do something like this, then keyframe the exposure and go like 5 frames to the right or 6 frames and put it to 0 again. You can also add some sound design. So I have like a camera flash sound design right here. So if I put it right here and play it, you can see it. You can see it just like adds to the effect a little bit. I would maybe make it a little bit like this. And yes, you could also add some like paper sound effect. Let me just make it. Yeah, we could also just copy the white solid and put it at the end of the clip. So right here. And if I play it now, I think we should be basically done. And yeah, if you want and if you have RSMB, you could of course put on some RSMB. But like the only thing is, every time a frame changes, it will like add a lot of motion blur onto it. So let's just see how it will look at the end. Okay, I would maybe like put these numbers down, like this one maybe 30, and this one 2.2 maybe. I think then it should be fine. looks much better. But to be honest, you don't need you don't really need RSMB, because without it, it looks more realistic, in my opinion. And yes, you can like so much stuff with it. You can maybe also like with a mask cut it right here, you know, make the picture come in like one bit after another. Or we could even, if I now pre-compose it, zoom it in like all the way, like this. Yeah, like just write out that this is basically like the blueprint or like this paper stuff. And yeah, like this was basically it. Let me know if you want to see like more paper effects, because if I think about it, I have like so many ideas how I can like make this paper effect work. But yeah, for now, I hope this like really helped you out, and yeah, see you to the next one.